Let's get the feel of the Final Four from the Crescent City as we say hello to Vin Parise, who is a college basketball insider for the NBC Sports Network.
The point guard play tomorrow night. You know I'm a guard guy, and that point guard play in college basketball is huge. What do you think about that?
I think you hit the nail on the head, Coach. And listen, there was a lot of heat on Tyshawn Taylor today. The fact that he still has not been able to get it going from the perimeter.
We are joined now by our SNY college basketball analyst. It is Vin Parise, and always good to be with you, Vinny. And we've had a little bit more now than 48 hours to really take a look, dissect the brackets. So what stands out in your mind?
I think there's some very low-seeded teams that are very good teams, Gary. I think obviously the top 3 or 4 seeds in each region are going to be strong. But when you look at the Big East, for example, the top 2 teams in that league, Creighton and Villanova, a 2 seed and a 3 seed. And then after that, Xavier's a 12 seed and Providence cut down the nets and they're an 11 seed. So I think you look at the 8-9 games, the 7-10 games, I think some teams are going to emerge to the Sweet 16.
A great matchup tonight against Rick Pitino and Kevin Willard. In terms of Seton Hall,
just not having all the strength, talent, and depth that you want.
And I mentioned those other coaches, and as always on Roadie Insider this week, we had a chance to catch up with some other coaches in the A-10 and what they think about the Rams and Dan Hurley.
How are the players approaching the combine?
well, I'll tell you what, Eric, they are approaching it by the unknown.
On paper, Patriots at Giants is the biggest NFL game of the week, except for when the game is in August. Big Blue's final preseason game of the summer was at home in New Jersey tonight. Well, let's be honest, nothing is less exciting than the 4th preseason one of the year. Hakeem Nicks, though, making his season debut for the G-Men. He had a catch, but not much going on in this one. As expected, Giants, who were down 3-0 at the half, they try to move on, try to battle in the second half. These kids, wishing their parents brought them to a real game. A total combined 9 points scored in this one, putting people to sleep. The Giants beat the Pats 6-3 in the final. Well, tomorrow morning at 9 a.m., the NCAA will announce the sanctions against Penn State, and sources say the penalties will be unprecedented and feature significant loss of scholarships for the football program. The famed statue of Paterno was taken down this morning outside of Penn State's football stadium as the NCAA announced it will be issuing sanctions against the university, whose top officials were accused of burying child sex abuse allegations against ex-assistant Jerry Sandusky. Workers lifted the 7-foot-tall statue off its base and used the forklift to move it into Beaver Stadium. Good for 8 points and 6 rebounds, but more importantly, that play along the baseline, the little plays down the stretch, the big rebound. This Villanova team has shown they cannot live and die by the perimeter shot. Here with the boss, not Bruce Springsteen, but the boss of PC Athletics, and you have to be a very happy man. Big picture, there's always bumps in the road in Big East Conference play, but the energy and the buzz about your hire last spring of Ed Cooley has been tremendous.
Ed has done a phenomenal job.
I think if you start from there, you have a sense of who you are and where you're going.
Friars All Access and Cox Sports had a chance to follow the first few weeks of practice with Ed Cooley and the Friars behind the scenes. Take a look. And thank you guys for joining us here. Another week of Friars All Access. Do not forget to join us online, coxsportsonline.com, a little overtime edition that Coach and I like to bring to you. Thanks to our fans in New York on SNY as well. From Center Court here at OSN, I'm Vin Parise, Ed Cooley, Kevin Farhar. We'll see you soon, folks. Friars All Access has been brought to you by your New England Chevy dealer. Visit your New England Chevy dealer for an outstanding selection of vehicles.